everybody. We are back with another Sunday evening edition of Live 5 with SFC. Hey, thank y'all for joining me on this beautiful, rainy Sunday afternoon. So let's get into it. You guys, I'm going to give you a chance to come on real quick because we got some talking we got to do. We're going to finish up this segment that we've been working on all month long, the feeling of expectation. We had some good conversation last week, so I want to give you guys a couple of minutes on real quick so we can talk. I want to talk. Oh, there we go. I want to talk for a few minutes for you guys. So I hope that you guys took me up on my challenge last week when we were talking about the feeling of expectation. I asked you guys to really be intentional about what you were feeling over the last few days. And I hope you guys took me up on it because I have been very, very intentional when it comes to what I put out there as a feeling. Okay, so with that feeling of expectation, there is a plethora of emotions that you can have depending on what that expectation is. I tried it for both this week. I really, when I felt like there was something, just this good feeling of excitement. There was this feeling of anticipation. There was all of these feelings that I really had going on this week when it came to certain things. Certain days brought different feelings. Certain times of the days brought different feelings. And so anyway, I just wanted to hear your thoughts again on whether or not you took me up on the challenge and whether or not you were intentional with what you felt as it relates to your expectation. Again, we got a small group in here. I want to wait till you guys come in. Catherine is here. Thank you. Appreciate you. Some of the rest of you, I can't wait to hear your thoughts. I want to hear what you have to say as it relates to that feeling of expectation. Okay, I'm not going to trouble you long. I just wanted to make sure that we came on and talk through this as we close this whole series out this month. January has been, to me, it's always the longest month. So January is a very long month, but we only have 2 more days left of January. So it's crazy, right? Already this year is flying by and time really flies. Yeah. So hope you're out there having some fun. But anyway, I want to get into it. I want to keep you. Hey, Ben says I'm here. We can start. Well, thank you, Benny, for showing up. Now we can start. We've been waiting on you. So yeah, we've been talking about this feeling of expectation. Let me hear what you've said some things, of course, about the feeling of expectation, and some others of you have spoken candidly about how you govern or how you deal with the of expectation. I don't think that many of us know this. I know for me, I didn't. I wasn't paying attention to the feeling that I had that was associated with my expectation up until just a few months ago. When I started paying attention to my feeling of expectation, it seemed like it hurried things along, because when there was a good feeling associated with expecting something, it just sort of kind of made time go by quick. And before I know it, the very thing that I was expecting really shows up. And I think last week or the week before, I used the analogy of maybe ordering something on Amazon and something that you really wanted, some kind of whatever that you really wanted. And there is this expectation. Well, I know for me, depending on what I order, for me, if I order and if it's something I really want, like if I'm getting a book, and it's this book that I really, really want to read. I can't wait to read it. I'm looking every day, like, when is it coming? It said it was going to come. Then I'll look down on my phone, and there's this notification saying it was supposed to be delivered today. It'll say something to the effect that if it's not here by 5 o'clock tomorrow, we'll refund your money. And then there's this whole different feeling that is associated with this expectation. But I have ordered stuff from Amazon, and it tells me that it's going to come on Tuesday, but then it shows up on Monday. And like, if I'm away from home and I get the notification your package has been delivered, then there is this whole opposite feeling of the same expectation. I knew a package was going to come, but if it was delayed, there's feeling associated with it being delayed. If it comes early, there's a whole other set of feelings associated with it coming early. And there is just this excitement that I associate with it. And I think that that's the best way that I can describe it, or give the best analogy of just ordering something and this spirit of this feeling of expectation. I want you to think about that. Think about that analogy. And then I want you to think about life and the intentions that you throw out, all of your desires and all of these things that you put out in the world. Like, I want a new car. What is the feeling that is associated with you expecting? You know, you can say, I expect to have a new car by the end of the month, by the end of the year, and then things happen because there's this wonderful feeling that you have, that you get it within the first 6 months. I have a friend of mine, as another example. I have a buddy of mine. We were talking about 2 or 3 weeks. He was like, I'm trying to position myself to get in a house. I really want a house. Me and my wife, we're really hoping to be in the house probably next year. Next year, I'm going to have what I need. My credit is going to be right. I'll have the down payment, all of this stuff. And he was literally planning for all of this to be done next year, the 2024. Just Friday, I believe it was. Yeah, Friday, he calls and he was like, guess what? I closed on my house on March so and so and so and so. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, there was this, he was like, man, you know, when you told me to just put things and go check, because you never can tell what's going to happen. You never can. His father-in-law decided to move, and he gave them, or let them buy the house. He and his wife let them buy the house. Can you believe that? Like, all of this stuff, this whole intention on waiting to 2024 for this to happen. All of this has happened in just the first month, year. There was this feeling, things like, I'm just stoked about it. I'm excited about getting a house. I'm just doing everything that I need to do to get my credit right. And that feeling of excitement, I believe, is what pushed a whole year up to where he could get the house that he wanted. You know what I mean? Like, he literally got a house, and everything that is associated with that house, it came at a time, at a price, at everything, to where he's actually paying less for the house than he was paying for his rent. I thought that was phenomenal. But we talked about that feeling of expectation. I feel like things are happening for me, and I feel like, so those are the things that I'm talking about. When there is this super stoked, super excited feeling of expectation, it hastens things to you. It brings them to you super fast. The more feeling. I think several weeks ago, we spoke specifically about the feeling of gratitude, and how gratitude is the foundation that puts you in a position to where you can get stuff. Being grateful for what you have literally puts you in position to get more. Because if you're always complaining, and that feeling of lack, that feeling of somebody's got more than me, somebody's going to be better than me, all of that stuff, literally, that feeling associated with the complaining and seeing people that's better than you, everybody can get it but me kind of attitude, it pushes what you are expecting away from you. It literally does. I promise you it does. But when you have that feeling of excitement, knowing regardless of what it looks like, regardless of what you hear, when there is a feeling of expectation, it literally brings things to you in warp speed. Catherine says, just recently I was asking God for a full-time job before December 31st, 22. I was hired full-time at the school I had been subbing for on November 28th. That's it. That's what it's about. It's about that feeling of expectation and knowing that it's yours. You know, it's yours and you can have it, but you got to have the right attitude and you have to have the right feeling associated with what you want. You know, the guy that I reference a lot, Neville Goddard, he says you've got to feel it. You actually have to be it before you can have it. And being it means that I feel like I'm living in it. I've got to live in my desire. I've got to live in my want and act like I'm getting up, going to work. In Catherine's situation, acting like I'm going to my full-time job. That's what you have to do. You act like you're going to your full-time job, so you live in it. And act like you got it. Like you have to get up. If you want money to come into your life, you don't wait until money shows up and then you decide to be happy and act like you have money. That's not how it works. You act like you have money first and then the money shows up. So that's how the feeling of expectation. And I think that when we get in that place, when we can get that in our mind, that we can feel it before we actually get it, it positions us to have it already. You know, in the case of my friend with the house, you know, he had already seen himself in a house. He had already prepared for a house. And look at how fast the house came. It didn't have to wait until 2024. It's simply just, he manifested that. He attracted that to him. And that's what I'm trying to get you guys to understand, that whenever there is a desire, all you have to do is act like you got it before you can get it. And that feeling of expectation, the feeling of excitement, that feeling of anticipation, that feeling of like, I know it's mine. That's what positions you to get what you are expecting. Now you got to remember that works on both ends of the spectrum too as well. So when you are having this negative mindset, this is going to happen to me. I can feel it. I feel like I'm coming down with something. I feel like I'm the one that they're going to let go on the job. You're feeling it, you're expecting it, and therefore it is manifested. Okay? There is no such thing as positive and negative. It was Shakespeare who said, there is nothing good or evil, but thinking is what makes it so. So if I can see it as evil or good, then it's totally up to me. And that's what I attract in my life. So I want you to be mindful of that. I want you to think about that for a minute and just think, like, when you set those intentions and set those expectations and you started feeling it, the stuff that comes out of your mouth, I feel like it's going to be a bad day today. I feel like folk are going to come up on me and try me. I feel like that I need to carry my gun because I don't know what's going to happen. I feel so. That is the expectation, and it's that feeling that is associated with the expectation that causes things to come into your life. So be intentional about what you think, be intentional about what you say, and then watch the words that come out of your mouth. And stop saying, I feel like, because what you feel is exactly what you're going to bring into your life. So again, when you say, I feel like today is going to be a horrible day. It's raining outside, it's cold, I got to go out. I feel like it's just going whatever. I feel like I'm coming down with the flu. I feel like I'm coming down with, you've got to watch that and turn that around. Like, I feel great today. I feel wonderful. I feel amazing. Like, I feel amazing. Or I feel like today is my day. Like, I literally feel like today I am going to experience something wonderful and something great. And that is exactly what will come to you. But you got to be intentional, and you got to make sure that you tap into that. Hey, Denise, welcome. So you got to make sure. So again, watch what you say and stop saying, I feel like things are going to turn upside down. I just got this feeling that he's cheating on me. I got this feeling that she's going to walk out on me. I got this That is what brings exactly what you are feeling into that. And it is that's what you're expecting. That is your expectation. That feeling of expectation is what attracts whatever you say to you. Guard your words, and you guard your words by guarding what you think. I promise you guys, this stuff has changed my life. And I'm teaching you what I have tried, not just what I have read about or heard somebody else say. This stuff has changed my life. Like, I told you, I started setting the intentions. Yeah, words build or tear down. You're absolutely right. But, Denise, thank you for saying that. But, a lot of times we say that as it relates to other people. Like, stop saying that because words can build you, especially when you talk about children. Words can build you or words can tear you down. You're absolutely right. But did you know that it does the same thing to you? When we are the most negative talking folk when it comes to ourselves. I don't think I can do that. I don't think I should try that. I'm getting too old to do that. I don't have enough money to do that. All kinds of negative, degrading conversations that we have in our minds, and it comes out of our mouth. Like, I feel like that nobody likes me. I feel like don't nobody care about me. These are all degrading thoughts. And then you turn them into words, and your words have power. They will either, as Denise said, build up or tear down. Why would you want to tear yourself down? Why? Why would you want to tear yourself down? Think positive, speak positive, speak over your life. There's a guy, I was reading his book. I can't think of his name. Gosh, I can't think of his name right now. But anyway, he in there used, I think it's one of his chapters, he called it the mirror test. And he was talking about, he saw this guy who was at a party, hosting the party. Dinner was, and it was, he got drunk. So he had this big presentation that he was going to present to this group, trying to get them to buy some type of invention. So he went to his bedroom. He followed him to his bedroom, and he saw this guy standing in front of the mirror, telling himself, "Hey, this is your party. They tried to get you drunk, but you've got a presentation to do. You will not be drunk. You're going to be sober." And he saw this transformation take place with this guy literally talking to himself. When I tell you that works, because I had to try it, I had to try it. I had to try it. So, 2 weeks ago, I woke up one morning, and it was just one of those like icky, indifferent kind of days. I was like, you know what? Today is going to be the best day. Regardless of how I feel, today is going to be my day. And when I tell you that was one of the best days that I had more energy, I had more stamina, I had more ideas, things that I wanted to try, things that I wanted to do, all because I would not let what I felt at that moment dictate the rest of my day. So I took control, I took charge of my feelings, and I made sure that I did not let that negative feeling encapsulate me, in turn messing up my whole day. I literally had to change it. So I stood in front of a mirror. You're going to have a great day today. Today is going to be your day. You got it going on. Today is your day. And it literally, I started feeling it, and I started changing what I was feeling. I was like, yeah, today is good. I feel good. I feel better. I'm talking, empowering myself. So that's what I'm talking about when it comes to that feeling. So keep that in mind. I'm done. Y'all are quiet today. Y'all are quiet, much quieter today than you were last week, but it's okay. I get it. We're going to have a whole new series starting up next Sunday. So feeling of expectation. I hope you got something out of it. I hope that it helped you to be mindful of those feelings associated with the things that you say you want in your life. The stronger the feeling, the quicker it shows up. Remember that. The stronger the feeling, the quicker it shows up. And that expectation will turn into a reality. It's not something that you dream about or talk about anymore, but it's actually something that you can put your hands on, something that you can actually live. All right. I appreciate y'all's time today. Thank you guys for hanging out with me on this beautiful rainy Sunday afternoon. Go out and enjoy, or kick back, watch some ball or whatever you want to watch on TV, and just kick back. See you guys next week. Have a great week.